Hello everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of Unobtained. Today we're gonna take a look at the villagers and also my block museum. But before we are gonna do that, I want to show you something that I forgot in the last video, and that's actually up these stairs. Let's go. And if we go up here, we will see my actual base. So I got an enchanting setup, some furnaces, and my storage. And that's basically really it. I've divided my storage in a few sections like materials, armor and tools, some mob drops, wood, bricks, which is very important, some color blocks, stone and gravel, and grass, and also some nether and end related stuff. Besides that, I don't really have a big base part actually, and I would really love to expand this place after I toured you around my world. But for now, we are gonna look at other stuff. As I promised, I was going to show you the villagers and also my block museum. Let's go first to the villagers. So it's a bit of a mess if I have to say so myself. But this is my villager breeder and my villager quote-unquote trading hall. So welcome to my villager trading hall. It is not really anything special if we go by looks. Like, the villagers are just in a minecart, in a hole. That's not very special. But the villagers themselves are. Let's get a look at this cleric, for example. It doesn't have the name cleric. It instead is called villager. And if we go on, we will see that it gives me an Eye of Ender if I trade emeralds for it. And there's something special about this, because in later versions, it's not possible to get Eye of Enders from villagers anymore. But there's something even more crazy about these villagers. Let's get a look at the following villager. And I'm gonna click and click. And I'm still clicking. And I'm still clicking. And as you can see, it is still going on. And I can continue to click. But there will seemingly get no end to it. And this is the final trade. An enchanted book with Aqua Affinity 1. And this villager has a total of 72 trades. Like, it's crazy. And if I want to get even one more trade, it can take me hours to do so. But basically how it works is that when you trade with a villager, it has the chance to either unlock an entire new trade or refresh an old one. And with the more trades a villager has, the smaller the chance that a new trade will come to be. Probably when we update, this villager will get more and more trades, and we will definitely cross the 100 trades. Let's get to the next special villager. It's this one. And this one is special for an entirely different reason. Let's see. It looks normal. But hey, we got an enchanted book trade without needing emeralds. And Fire Aspect 2 is a nice trade. So is Knockback 2, Feather Falling 4, Infinity 1, Smite, Blast Protection, Power, Respiration, Thorns. Yeah, you can see where this is going now. This villager has every trait at max level for basically free. You only need to pay for the book itself. How I did this villager is through the means of Bagot. When I did get a trait that I did not want, I used the Bagot to go back and trade and hope that I would get the right one. But what about the second slot, which has no emeralds? In exactly this version, 13W36A, if you unload a villager, then that villager will not save its second base slot. So it will not remember that it requires emeralds. And the last villager that I want to show you is this guy. Yeah, he looks like a normal farmer, but he really isn't. I actually got this villager in 14W02A, which is a future version that I later downgraded to the current version. So if we look, it seems all normal until we get to the last trait. Yeah, there is nothing. And he wants emeralds for it, but as soon as I give him it, yeah, the game crashes. Don't try to trade air with that villager, or even hover over the output slot, because it will just crash the game. So that were the villagers, but let's get to our block museum. To get to our block museum, I will just go straight ahead from the pyramid and we will eventually find it. So I was making my way to the blocks museum, and if we actually look back, we can see this. We will see a whole lot of chunk borders, and this is pretty cool. But something interesting about this is actually this right here. Let's jump down. And as you can see, these water levels are different. And this is because in different versions, the water levels had different heights. So this here is my block museum. It's pretty much floating really, and we will definitely have to change things about how it looks in the future. But we got a lot of blocks stored in these places. I'm not gonna go over every block, but I'm going to show you a few interesting ones. So let's start at pre-classic. Pre-classic started with 3 blocks and ended with a total of 7. Which is interesting about this is that oak planks and oak saplings exist, but oak logs and oak leaves don't until Classic. The second version of Classic introduced these blocks. So after pre-Classic and Classic Minecraft comes InDev. InDev is also an old development version which also holds quite a few interesting blocks. Let's start off with the water spawner and lava spawner, which got added in January 2010. These blocks don't exist anymore, but these are not the normal water or lava that you know. You might have seen these videos where lava spreads infinitely, and this was the case in InDev 2, and the same could be said for water. So not long after these blocks got added, this version came around. 2010-01-28. This version added diamond ore, diamond blocks, and also gears. Some of you know gears look like this, and they got added for similar functionalities that redstone later got. So gears were not really given a functionality. It wasn't until alpha that redstone got added in the first versions of alpha. And besides that, there are not really a lot of interesting things about these. These are quite familiar, and like the only thing that is really mentionable is that, yeah, the nether got added, and we got a few different nether blocks. Netherrack, glowstone, and soul sand. And then we got beta, and beta is a whole lot more interesting than alpha was. In the first place, we got the addition of birch and spruce logs together with the leaves. But the saplings for these weren't even added until beta 1.5, 3 beta versions later. Also, petrified oak slabs were added in beta 1.3, and this came also with the addition of cobblestone slabs and also sandstone slabs. Because cobblestone slabs now exist, and are crafted with cobblestone, smooth stone slabs are now created with normal stone. So I haven't really placed a block down yet here. Then we also got the dead bush and the shrub. Shrub is the grassy equivalent of the dead bush. And we got in the final beta version beta 1.8, a whole lot of blocks. As you can see, this is setting up the blocks that are used in Stronghold. Then we finally have release 1.0.0. And something you might notice is that it still says beta. 1.0 was originally gonna be beta 1.9. but it got turned into 1.0 and released on Minecon 2011. As you can see, it added some nether stuff like nether warts and some nether brick stuff. We got the end portal, but not the end itself yet. We got brewing and enchanting. And even later, we did get the end. And finally, with the dragon egg as cherry on top. The last one that is already finished is 1.2.1. Yeah, we got a similar situation with the other roots. We got jungle logs and jungle leaves, but the snapline got added 1 week later to those wood types. Besides that, in a release version of 1.2.4, we actually got plank variants for these logs. We now got birch planks, spruce planks, and jungle planks. The slice variant got added not long after in 1.3.1, but as you can see, we have to finish this block museum, and we are not even at 1.7, our current version. Yeah, we are a bit behind, but over the upcoming months, we will definitely catch up and make this place a bit more beautiful. And maybe, at the opposite side, we will also make an item museum. Let's see how that goes. So, that was my tour for today. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it interesting what you've seen. And I hope to catch you next time. Bye bye!